Welcome on in to Sports Memo Today, where you get to know the experts a little bit better here at SportsMemo.com, while, of course, getting those free plays and the actionable info that you know and love. I'm your host, Dan Alexander. Happy to be with you on a Football Thursday. We have actual college football going, and the matchups are actually decent. It's not the week zero, oh my God, I can't believe I'm betting these games. We got like Penn State playing tonight. We got WVU in the rivalry game with Pitt tonight, and we're going to be talking football with our great guest. Only one today for a little Football Thursday. We're going to be talking to the Insiders Room here in just a few minutes, but want to let you know, head on over to sportsmemo.com. Big ticket plays loaded across the board already for multiple different handicappers. We got Dr. Chuck, who was on the show Tuesday. He's running hot. And the guy we're bringing on now in the Insiders Room with my guy, Nick Parsons, 9-1 was how he ended the football season last year, and he's going to keep on rolling into the regular season. Brother, it's good to have you on the show again. How have you been doing since we chatted last?
Great, Dan, for sure. Yeah, 9-1 over the NFL playoffs and Super Bowl. So looking forward to the regular season starting, I guess, in like a week from now.
That's what's crazy is on Thursday, we're already going to be talking Bills and Rams. And I know folks can head on over to your page right now at sportsmemo.com, sm.buzz/TIR. He's got a play that he loves in that game that you can grab right this moment. And you want to get it before that line moves. The Insiders Room, 9 times out of 10, going to be on the right side of those line moves. So, Nick, it's great to see you again, man. Thanks for taking time out talking to us here on a Football Thursday. Before we get into the free plays, going to talk a little CFL, going to talk a little NFL Week 1. You know, I always like throwing a hardball question at the top of the show. And last time when we talked with you, you broke down what the Insiders Room is all about. So we got the background on how you got here. But now I'm wondering how it goes now that you're here. So when you have some of these 5% plays or 10% plays over at Sports Memo, are you just pacing back and forth the entire game, like refreshing the screen? Do you have any like superstitions, any special socks or anything you wear to get them home? Or what's it like inside of Nick's house after one of these big ticket plays goes out?
You know what? I am superstitious, and it's not just the 5% and 10% plays. I'm kind of superstitious about every single play. And you know what, Dan? I actually haven't watched, well, when at family gatherings, the Super Bowl, those types of things, but I've watched almost barely any games like on television, online. Yeah, for the last 10 years, all I do is I watch the ticker all the time, and that's how I sweat these things out. And I actually did that because I was living over in Southeast Asia, and I wasn't able to really get great internet at the time over there or pick up the feeds. And so that's how I sort of was doing it, betting a lot on sports like 10, 15 years ago. And so that's sort of where that came from. And it's just that superstition is carried over here.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. Out of necessity when you were on the other side of the world, and now just, hey, why not keep doing it? It worked for me then. It honestly gives me vibes of when, like, I would wake up when we were younger, and you would either be listening to the radio or looking at the bottom of the news scroller to find if your school had off for, like, a snow delay or anything like that. So that honestly might be bigger of a sweat just waiting for that game to come back around.
Well, listen. Yeah, I don't know. That's just the way that I've been doing it, and yeah, it's been working for me. So yeah, just continue to do that, and yeah, hopefully just keep on putting out winners here, and hopefully I got a couple for you here as well.
Well, and if it works for you, it works for your clients. And that's all that really matters here on Sports Memo Today. Speaking of which, let's get into these CFL plays, one of the sports that you've definitely had an edge on over the past few years. And this one goes tomorrow, Friday evening. It's the Montreal Alouettes. They're 4.5-point favorites. And there's a little bit of market love going the way of the Alouettes with a 5-point favorites. Depending on where you can shop around, you can still get that 4.5. They're hosting the Ottawa RedBlacks. How do you see this one breaking down? You think the market love, worthy of the respect they're getting in the marketplace?
Yeah, I do like Montreal here. Now, I had a play on Edmonton last weekend, thinking that the Elks could make it 2 in a row because they had won in Ottawa the previous weekend. But somehow, the RedBlacks, they managed the 25-18 outright win as 2-point underdogs. Now, I don't think Montreal, it's not going to be taking this game lightly. The Alouettes are just 4-6, but they're looking to build off last weekend's 29-28 home win over Hamilton as 1-point underdogs. The week before that, Montreal actually won 20-17 in overtime in Saskatchewan. So, I mean, a real 3-game win streak is in the cards here, obviously, because they're favored by 4.5 or 5, as you said there, Dan. Now, Ottawa, I think, is perhaps surprisingly 4-1 against the spread this season. But I just can't see the RedBlacks putting up back-to-back road wins in back-to-back weeks here. Now, Trevor Harris, the quarterback for Montreal, he was 24-31 for 382 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception for Montreal last week. Eugene Lewis, he was the other offensive standout for Montreal. He had 7 receptions for 99 yards and a touchdown. Now, Ottawa, it did win last weekend, but that was despite some extremely mediocre quarterback play. Nick Arbuckle was 21 of 31 for 219 yards. Caleb Evans was just 1 of 1 for 33 yards. Neither had a touchdown, neither had an interception. So for me, when I'm looking at this game, Dan, I think that it's going to be decided by the men under center. And yeah, I just think that Harris has a sizable advantage here at home. I think the Alouettes will have no mercy. I think they're going to go up early. They'll keep the foot on the gas. And yeah, I think Ottawa will have a predictable letdown here after winning on the road as an underdog last weekend.
So it looks like the spot setting up. Nick and the insiders room saying lay it with Montreal in CFL action tomorrow. And again, that number on the move, go and find that 4.5 because it is going the other way. Let's talk a little NFL. It's never too early to talk week 1, but literally we're a week away, baby. And I couldn't be more excited. Next Thursday, they're already going to be kicking off. We mentioned that. You can grab Nick's play in the Rams and Bills game right this moment over at SportsMemo. But let's talk this Sunday game. September 11th, the Colts are laying a touchdown and the 2-point conversion as they're on the road against the division foe. It's the Houston Texans, man. And the Texans is like, I keep hearing the Texans and the Falcons are going to be likely the 2 worst teams in the league this year. So I don't know. Week 1, you think it's worth laying the big lumber against a team that's prognosticators are saying aren't going to be too good?
Yeah, I mean, the Colts are going to be looking to get out to a big start here, and they're facing the lowly Texans, so a really great week 1 matchup. I think that Matt Ryan and Jonathan Taylor should be able to take advantage of this Houston Texans defense that's predicted to be one of the worst in the NFL. Ryan replaces Carson Wentz, of course. He has various weapons, Paris Campbell, Michael Pittman Jr., Alec Pierce. His backups, of course, are Nick Foles and Sam Ehlinger. Last year, Indianapolis finished 15th on defense, and they should be even better with pickups like Stephen Gilmore in the secondary. The preseason, just to talk a little bit about the preseason, before it went to this 3-game format, it had the 4 games, of course, and it seemed like a little mini preseason unto itself. You had week 1, week 2, you really knew what to predict. Week 3 with all the starters playing different stuff. But now that's changed since this week, since it's gone to the 3 games. But my point being is that one thing that hasn't changed, even from that shift to 3 games into now, whether that's 20 years ago, 5 years ago, or we're talking right now, is to not overreact and read too much into preseason results. I mean, if we did that, then we'd be crowning the Ravens the Super Bowl champions before the season even started. And so obviously the odds makers are not reading too much at all into the Texans 3-0 straight up and against the spread preseason. Houston coach Lovie Smith, he has little to work with this season. Rookie running back Dameon Pierce, he's looked promising, but he's listed behind Rex Burkhead. Davis Mills, he was inserted as the team's starting quarterback in week 10 last year. He'll be in a fight this year with Jeff Driscoll for the starter's role, but Mills will get the start here in week 1. Now, Indianapolis does not have the easiest schedule at all this year, but it does catch a break in 2 straight cream puffs because it's in Jacksonville the next week before it then returns home in week 3 for a game against the Chiefs. So I do think, Dan, that this is a golden opportunity for Indianapolis and Ryan, that they're not going to look past this moment and this opportunity. So I think that they're going to go up early. They're going to keep the foot on the gas. And yeah, so I'm thinking a sizable win here for Indy in week 1.
Colts roll over the Texans, according to our guy Nick, with the Insiders Room. So, Nick, before we let people get out of here, what do you have up for clients? We mentioned the fact that you're heading into football season red hot on a 9-1 run to end the year last year. So, what do you have up? I know if college football fans are looking to get some bets down, you might be the guy to roll with.
That's right. We went 1-1 in week 0. That was a little bit of a difficult week. We won big with Illinois. We lost with Hawaii. But now we head into week 1, and the meat of the schedule here. We can really get going. You know what? We already have 12 plays ready to go here in week 1. So lots of action. There's lots of different packages that you can take advantage of at SportsMemo to get all of those plays for a really great price. And so, yeah, and we also, as you mentioned, we have that week 1 Thursday night game between the Rams and, sorry, that's just right off the top of my head here. But yeah, the opening night
Bills
NFL,
that they're coming to town.
The Rams and Bills, of course. What am I thinking? Yeah. And so we already have that package up, and we've already narrowed down our week 1 selections as well, and those will be up shortly as well, Dan.
I love it. So we got a dozen picks up there for college football fans. We got NFL already. Man, it's the best time of the year. He's Nick with the Insiders Room. You can follow him on Twitter as well. Just check out the Insiders Room. Head on over to his page, sm.buzz/TIR. That's going to do it for us. Just one guest got you in, got you out. So now you have extra time to head on over there and grab Nick's plays now. If you enjoyed the show, hop below. If you agree, you disagree, hop in the comments. Let us know. Make sure you hit like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our great shows alongside me, Joe D'Amico, Dion D'Amico. We got the Insiders Room, Dr. Chuck. So you never want to miss any of it. Check it on out at SportsMemo's YouTube page. For my guest, the Insiders Room, Nick Alexander, and we'll see you next week right here on SportsMemo Today.